the 8th of October 1888, Charlie Gorvin arrived in New York City with his father Stephen. He was about to continue his soccer career and, as we have since learnt, his Gaelic football career. Eugene McBride had given us a clue that Charlie had moved to the States to play for a team in Brooklyn. Sure enough, in 1889, Charlie Gorvin appears for Brooklyn Longfellows alongside his brother Michael. Saturday, October the 12th, 1889, at Ridgewood Baseball Grounds, Brooklyn Longfellows 3, Kearney Clarks 2. In goal, Michael Gorvin, and up front, Charlie Gorvin. The American Census Records of 1890 shows that Charlie's entire family had moved out to New York from Glasgow. The Trade Directories of New York shows that in 1891, 92 and 95, Charlie and his brothers, as well as playing football, were employed in the Navy Yards of New York. Charlie as a blacksmith, Michael as a riveter. Charlie's football career continued, attracting the attention of the New York Times. January 27th, 1890.
The Thistles defeat the Longfellows at Ridgewood Park. Over 300 spectators were present yesterday afternoon at Dykelman's Ridgewood Park to witness the association football match between the Longfellows of Brooklyn and the Thistles of New York. Considerable rivalry has existed between these two teams, and a hot game was expected. Those present were treated to a fine exhibition of association playing. Some very rough plays were made, but no serious injuries resulted. At the call of time, the Thistles defeated the Longfellows by the score of 4-2. Barber, Scott, and Adams played well for the Thistles, the latter especially making some fine shots for goal. For the home team, Charles Gorvin, Young, Foy, and Paul carried off the honors in the field, while Michael Gorvin at goal was at his best.
The New York Times again, March 31st, 1890, Brooklyn Longfellow versus Caledonian Football Club.
The name and positions of the team were as follows: Longfellow Football Club, Michael Gorvin in goal, Fay Masterson at back, Nave, McCollum and Pope half-backs, Bruton in the center, Green and McGinnis on the left wing, Charles Gorvin and Lennon on the right wing.
For those researching Charlie's life, his career seemed to stop in soccer around about 1892. However, we discover Charlie again playing Gaelic football. The New York Times, June the 6th, 1892.
Champion Kickham's out-kicked. A good game of Gaelic football was played yesterday afternoon at Wallace's Ridgewood Park. The Barrys of Jersey City and the Charles J. Kickham Club of Harlem were the contestants. In the first half, McConnell and Charles Gorvin each scored a goal. Breen of the Kickhams kicked a goal for the Harlemites, and Breen Dolan and Twomey scored points. In the second half, the Barrys, through good kicking by O'Keefe and Mike Gorvin and Larkin, made 5 points. The total score was Barrys 2 goals, 5 points, Kickhams 1 goal, 3 points.
The reason for Michael and Charlie's switch to Gaelic football soon became clear. On September the 6th, 1892, playing for the William Barry Association of Jersey City, both Michael Gorvin on the right wing and Charlie Gorvin on the left wing played for the Gaelic American Championship. The New York Times.
Although an hour late, football contestants soon appeased the gathering. The Kickhams of Harlem were strong favorites against the William Barry Association of Jersey City. This game lasted over an hour, the Barrys winning the handsome banner on 9 points and 1 goal against 7 points for the Kickhams. The match was for the Gaelic American Championship and aroused intense interest.
Charlie continued to play Gaelic with his brother Michael until September 1894, when he played his last game against the Thomas Francis Meeker Association of New York. However, the advent of professional soccer in America soon attracted the brothers back to the American Professional Football League. Charlie resumed his soccer career on October the 16th, 1894, turning out for the New York Giants against the Boston Bean Eaters. His brother Michael had to be content with running the line. In 1895, Charlie married Mary. His career was on the up, having signed for Centerville Athletic Club. By this stage, Charlie was now the lone Gorvin in American soccer, his brother Michael possibly having returned to Gaelic. On June the 17th, 1895, the New York Times records that Centerville Athletic Club, Charlie's team, had won the National Association Football League.
Centerville's win at football. The last game held under the auspice of National Association Football League at Bayonne was attended by a large and interested crowd. The championship cup won by the Centerville Athletic Club was on exhibition and proved to be a very handsome trophy. The winners of this cup yesterday afternoon opposed a picked team from New York and Brooklyn. and upheld their reputation by defeating the combination by 3-1.
In 1896, 32-year-old Charlie Gorovin, playing at left fullback, played his last game in his American soccer career, losing to the International Athletic Club by 3-0. They played against 9 men. It was to be the end of Charlie Gorovin's career.
Internationals 3, Centerville 0. The second round in the championship series of games of the National Association Football League were played yesterday at Communipol. The International Athletic Club, playing with only 9 men, easily defeated the crack Centervilles by 3-0. Although it was bitterly cold on the ground, about 500 persons remained until the end of the game.
The onset of a major recession, combined with the Spanish-American War, led to the suspension of the National Association Football League in 1899. American soccer would continue to reinvent itself over the next century, and Celtic players played a major part in its history. Charlie and Mary continued to live in the King's District of Brooklyn, surrounded by their extended family. They had no children of their own. Charlie continued to work in the Navy Yards of Brooklyn, working as an iron worker and boiler maker. Charlie Gorovin died in Kings, Brooklyn, New York on April 26, 1915. The inscription on the family headstone says simply, "Erected by Thomas Gorovin in memory of his beloved family, natives of the town of Sligo, Ireland." On the 12th of July 2010, almost 100 years after Charlie's death, Celtic fans and club officials had a simple ceremony of remembrance and laid flowers at Charlie's final resting place. This weekend, Celtic supporters, club officials and members of his family will have a similar ceremony of remembrance at the grave of another Celtic player and legend, Charlie Shaw.
The island, it is silent now, but the ghosts still haunt the waves. And a torch lights up a famished man who fortune could not save. Did you work upon the railroads? Did you ride the streets of crime? Were your dollars from the White House? Were they from the 5 and dime? Did the old songs talk to cheer you? And did they still make you cry? Did you count the months and years? Or did your teardrops quickly dry? I know the things was not to be on a cupping ship. I came here and I never even got so far that they could change my name. Thousands are sailing across the western ocean to a land of opportunity that some of them will never see. Fortune prevailing across the western ocean, their bellies full, their spirits free. They'll break the chains of poverty and they'll dance. In Manhattan's desert twilight, in the dead of afternoon, we stepped hand in hand on Broadway, like the first man on the moon. And a blackbird broke the silence as you whistled, it's so sweet. And in Brendan Behan's footsteps, I danced up and down the street. And we said goodnight to Broadway, giving it our best regards. Took our hats to Mr. Cohen, dear old Times Square's favorite bird. Then we raised a glass to JFK and a dozen more besides. When I got back to